Having previously solved the Hanayama knight, bishop, and kinda, sorta, almost solved the queen, it's now time to have a go at the king. Let's see what he's like. So, same kind of construction as the previous ones, where you have a base that rotates, a piece in the top that pushes in and out. Let's start the timer and see what this is like. As you may remember me saying, the queen in this series is an incredibly difficult puzzle in my opinion. I mean, it's almost the same mechanism as the knight and the bishop, but just really, really finicky. So let's see what this king is like. So I can push this in, and I can feel it doing something down here, so it's definitely not just a red herring, and this rotates in. And this is something that happened with the other, with the knight and the bishop as well, is there's a place where I can get it where you can sort of see pieces kind of want to come apart. So at this point there's sort of one thing holding them together, I think, and so we want to kind of get it into that position and do whatever the correct action is to get them apart. You know, my instinct just says, oh, we'll just push down on the cross, but obviously that isn't enough. It needs to be a puzzle. With the knight and the bishop, it came down to kind of movements rather than just the position. Interesting, there are some positions where when I turn the base, if I'm pushing down on the cross, now I can't actually turn the base. Okay. But yeah, there are some positions where if I turn the base, the cross turns as well. I sort of feel it wanting to go. Yeah, there's a little bit there. Oh, that's interesting. I sort of feel that it goes in further in certain positions than others. So here it doesn't quite go in so far. Here it goes in further. Oh, interesting. So I hadn't noticed this either, but in the top position the cross doesn't actually turn. As you push it down, it becomes able to turn. And then there is just this one position where the cross can be, well, two I suppose, that way or the other way, up at the top. So it makes me wonder if actually the crown should be up rather than down. Or maybe you just want it sort of locked in one of these positions. Oh, and there it is. Now, it took 4 minutes, but as is always the case, I find with these Hanayama puzzles, the chess pieces in particular, the real challenge is then figuring out how they work. Okay, so... Oh, I see, okay. So I think it's pretty simple. So this is very similar to the others. We have a notch that sticks out here and goes into this slot here, so the only way it can come out is if that's lined up. But we also have this bar which is blocked by this internal mechanism which can be moved by pushing on the cross. So the trick then is to have the cross lined up such that the hole that I guess must be in here, yeah, there it is, So I want this cross lined up with this bolt. It's hard to know how to find that, but I guess you just have to try it. And once you do, you have to lie it on its back, and then that will fall down. And interestingly, if you push it too far, that also blocks it, so you have to just push it just the right distance. That's the trick with it. So it's very easy to think you have to just sort of hold it all the way down, but in reality you have to get it sort of in a midway position. So let's see if I can, well, let's just take a quick look at the coin as well. Here we go, the King coin, and a star on the back, very nice. So let's get the coin back in, get this back together. Have I done this yet? No. Oh yeah, I need to turn it the other way up, that's why. So to lock it, I need it to go the other way. And now hopefully that bar has dropped out. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so now this is locked. So, okay, so the bar goes opposite this notch, right? So we want the notch to be on the top, is that right? I can't remember now. Alright, well, we'll try both ways. So this is with the notch at the top. Let's try it with the notch at the bottom. Yeah, and although it looked easy to line everything up when it was open, it's not so easy when it's closed up, because what we have to have is this cross has to line up with the base, and the base has to be, and the whole thing has to be aligned gravitationally so that the bolt can fall under gravity. There's nothing pushing it, basically. It's not on a spring or anything. This is on a spring, but not the bolt that goes that way. So that's the bolt. Okay. It's easier when you have this on the top, but I think it has to go on the bottom. I can't remember. That's silly. What you also don't want to do is be pulling on the base, because that puts tension on that bolt and doesn't let it drop. It's quite clever actually. All these sort of instinctive things, you want to really push that all the way in and pull on this, they stop it from working. Oh wait, yeah, so what I want is that now turn the other way. There we go. Yeah, so I sort of tried all four combinations basically, with this notch up at the top and the notch at the bottom, and then this cross one way up and this cross the other way up, and I just happened to get it right the fourth time. Oh, right, yeah, of course. I was foolishly thinking you wanted this bolt to drop that way, but of course you want it to drop into the mechanism, so you want the notch on the bottom. So you want this to be on the bottom, you want this to be lying down like this, and you want this cross to be one of the two ways up. So if it's the wrong way up, then the hole is in the wrong place and this can't fall into it. So if that doesn't work, you turn it the other way, and there it goes. So there we go. That's how we solve the Hanayama King chess piece puzzle. If you want to see me solve other Hanayama puzzles, including the other chess pieces, check out this playlist here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.